Wrestling fans, guys, I'm going to be honest with you. I'm going to be honest with you. We're skipping the usual. We're diving right into this today. Because I got a lot to cover with this, okay? With this report, I got a lot to cover. Because, look, you all know why you're here. Brock Lesnar not supposed to be the original winner to the Royal Rumble match. Brock Lesnar was not. The original winner to the Royal Rumble matchup was supposed to be everybody's favorite bro. Love it when he does that stuff. Absolutely love it. I was at St. Louis, I'm going to be honest with you, for the Royal Rumble. I had a blast. But look, the fact that Riddle was supposed to be the winner of the Royal Rumble match, the front runner anyway, and they decided to give it to Brock Lesnar, kind of makes me cringe a little bit. I'm going to be honest with you. Kind of makes me cringe a little bit. Now, wrestling fans, we all knew, we've known for quite some time that Brock Lesnar was going to take on Roman Reigns at WrestleMania. Now, was Brock Lesnar, did we know Brock Lesnar was going to lose at the Royal Rumble? Did we know that was going to happen? Of course not. Of course not. All the rumors floating around that Roman Reigns could have dropped that title, was going to drop that title to Seth Rollins, and Seth Rollins is going to take that title back to Monday Night Raw. We didn't know. WWE could have done some different things, could have done some fun things with the Royal Rumble, with that storyline. They could have had either Brock Lesnar drop the WWE title and then get the number one contender spot at the Elimination Chamber. They could have done that. They could have had Roman Reigns, if they chose to take the title off him, at the Royal Rumble. They did not do that. But if they did, they could have had him get the number one contender spot at Elimination Chamber. Instead, we're getting the typical WWE Championship matchup inside the Elimination Chamber. Now, wrestling fans, look, with Riddle being the number one front runner before they did all these changes to win the Royal Rumble, look, I'm going to be honest with you, 100% honest. It's making me cringe a little bit, and at the same time, I'm glad to a point that they did pull back. That they did. Because I, for one, would hate to see what they did with Big E happen to Riddle. We all remember what happened with Big E. He won the Money in the Bank briefcase. He cashed it in, and he had one of the worst WWE Championship reigns that I'm sure we can remember of as of late. I'm telling you, his title reign was horrible. And it just spoke of, hey, I'm still a part of the New Day. I am not myself. I am not Big E. I do not stand out. We don't want Riddle to go through that same thing. On top of that, Riddle is in this mix with Randy Orton. Now, there's no doubt in my mind, there's no question that Riddle, well, I would think that we all think actually, that he's going to face Randy Orton at WrestleMania. If not, I'm really not sure what they're doing with this, unless they have some type of tag team matchup at WrestleMania. But with Riddle being in the Elimination Chamber, I'm really looking at it as there's only two people that really stands out that, number one, I would really want to win, and number two, I could see winning. Riddle or AJ Styles. We know how WWE operates. WWE in today's time does not operate long-term booking. The only long-term booking they've operated was Lesnar, Reigns, WrestleMania. That's the only long-term booking that they've really done as of late. Now, with Riddle being in the Elimination Chamber, you don't think that they would pull that trigger and put the title on him just to set up Randy Orton turning on Riddle and having RK Bro go one-on-one, Riddle defend the title, WWE title, against Randy Orton? Similar to what Bray Wyatt did at WrestleMania 33. And wrestling fans, if you don't think WWE would take that title off of Riddle, think again. They would use him as a transitional champion in a heartbeat. I hate saying it. I'm cringing at saying it because Riddle is a great, absolutely great character. He's one of the funniest things on Monday Night Raw right now. But we all know that WWE would do something like that. Now, the smart thing to do is, if they did something like that, Riddle goes over. If he wins the Elimination Chamber matchup, he becomes WWE Champion, he still beats Randy Orton at Mania. Sorry, Vinnie Mac. Brother Love. Randy Orton still takes the loss in Dallas. What about AJ Styles? That's the other guy on the list. What about him? He's been booked to oblivion. You couldn't even book him great in the Royal Rumble. Why couldn't he be the Iron Horse, the Iron Man in that Royal Rumble matchup? Sure, you could have done that. You had him job the ass. The Great Khali, Johnny Gonzalez 2.0. Guy can't wrestle himself out of a wet paper bag. But, look, AJ Styles, no doubt. I mean, absolutely no doubt. Is the other guy who could win the could win the Elimination Chamber matchup. Become WWE Champion. Not Seth Rollins, even though it wouldn't bother me a bit seeing him champ. I don't want to see him WWE Champion. Not with what we've been hearing now, not with what we're seeing now, not with what's playing out now, not with what we've heard, what was supposed to happen at the Royal Rumble. I don't want to see that, okay? Especially now that you have Seth Rollins on a Brock Lesnar, at least you're trying to make him out this way, a Brock Lesnar level. in a sense of he doesn't even have to qualify for the Elimination Chamber. Just because his name is Seth Rollins, he gets to mosey his way right into the Chamber matchup. Everybody else had to qualify. Well, outside of Brock Lesnar and, of course, Bobby Lashley. Yeah, because Bobby Lashley's a champion. Well, Brock Lesnar is Brock Lesnar, so he can do what he wants when he wants. Fact of the matter remains, Riddle supposed to win the Royal Rumble match, was the front runner, and instead we got Brock Lesnar. You could have sent the fans home a lot happier if Riddle would have won. At the same time, look, I think it's not the right time to put the strap on Riddle. It's not. It's not. Why do you want to end this RK Bro thing anyway? It's one of the best things on Monday Night Raw. Literally, one of the best. One of the only things that we legit enjoy to tune into. Give me a break here. Give me a break. On top of that, did y'all see who was in the Final Four? Bad Bunny, Shane McMahon, Drew McIntyre, and Brock Lesnar. Just hearing this report, everything was changed, and you don't even have Riddle in the Final Four. Wow. Should at least been in the Final Four. Final Four is something that is very important in the Royal Rumble. Very important. Something that announcers really used to point out. And hype up. So-and-so has made it to the Final Four. We're finally at the Final Two. So-and-so's been in it for so long. All this different type of stuff. Riddle was supposed to be the number one guy to win before Brock Lesnar was changed to win and set up the match with Roman Reigns. And now I was there with my brother. Look, finding that out, he wasn't even in the Final Four. He was there towards the end, but not at the Final Four. Give me a break. Pretty sad. I know I had fun at the Royal Rumble, but look, this should have changed a little bit. But listen, wrestling fans, y'all let me know what you're thinking in the comments below. Would you have rather seen Riddle win the Royal Rumble match? Are you happy with how they set up the Brock Lesnar Roman Reigns matchup for WrestleMania 38? Let me know in the comments below. Subscribe today. Give me a big thumbs up and everything else that I usually say at the beginning of each video. And until I see you again, this is Webby, and I'll catch all of you on the other side. Talk to you later.